Hey, it's Maximo and welcome to Maximo's Travels. I stayed 6 unforgettable nights in a cheap and grungy hotel, the Artinn Hotel in Taipei, Taiwan. I'll do a comprehensive review of this hotel, including its grungy carpets, dirty windows, lack of servicing, and provide you a full room tour. What's it really like to stay here? Well, watch this video and you'll find out. We stayed 6 nights at the Artinn Hotel. This is very conveniently located in Taipei's Zhongzheng District. It was a very affordable hotel. It cost 14,984 Taiwanese dollars or 723 Australian dollars, which equates to 120 Australian dollars per night to stay. There's no food available at this hotel, including breakfast. So it is cheap, but it's basic. This wasn't our first choice of hotel. We had booked the M Gallery Taipei, but it closed down a couple of months before we visited. The cost of that hotel was more than double what we paid at the Artinn. The hotel is fantastically located, being about 800 metres or a 10-minute walk from the main train station, a couple of hundred metres from the Taipei National Museum, 1.5 kilometres or a 25-minute walk from Liberty Square with all its attractions, 750 metres or about 11-minute walk from Zhimending shopping area and night market, and a couple of minutes and a few hundred metres from the 228 Peace Memorial Park and its nearby train station. The hotel has 81 rooms and features a 24-hour reception. It's a 3-star hotel. Google gives it 4 out of 5 stars and Booking.com 8 out of 10. We arrived at this hotel just before 7 a.m. Thank goodness reception was open and we were able to drop our bags off because we couldn't check in until 3 p.m, which left most of the day for us to tour around the nearby parts of Taipei. This video was taken just before we were due to check in, and you can see other travellers were also waiting with us. The reception area features a breakfast area where there's some snacks to purchase and also a couple of cookies that are complimentary. There's a microwave, complimentary tea, coffee and water. This area had clearly seen better days. It was probably used as either a restaurant or certainly a breakfast area in its past. The lighting was also terrible, the sort of lighting used to prevent druggies from shooting up. Strangely, reception was located on the 3rd floor, and rather weirdly, everything looked, well, old, worn and tired, especially carpet. I think the carpet in the whole hotel should have been replaced years ago. The hotel featured 2 elevators, both old, both slow, and both operated by separate buttons. If you wanted a lift, you'd have to use both sets of buttons and just hope for the best and wait for a lift to arrive. And while they were slow, they were quite smooth and we never had any issues with the lifts whatsoever. This is the ground floor front entrance of the hotel. Not exactly the Carlton Ritz, is it? We were only paying 120 Australian dollars a night and we didn't expect luxury, and well, we sure didn't get it. This area was air conditioned to provide some relief from the heat and humidity from outside. But it was also very, very smelly. It was quite musty and moulding smelly every time that we passed through here. This is the street that the hotel is on. Not quite that appealing, is it? And this is the main front entrance to the Art Hotel. We actually walked past here not realising this is the entrance. It's cheap and, well, not very cheerful, is it? You need to be wary of a steep ramp and the worn carpet as soon as you get in and make your way towards the elevator bank. And the smell in this area was horrendous. I'd like to show you a tour of all the other amenities of the hotel, except, well, there weren't any. The only other place I can show you is this sort of laundry area with a sink and hot and cold water dispenser. At least it had a view of the outside through very dirty windows. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the room tour. We were staying on the 9th floor in a large corner room. It had windows And my advice would be, if you're booking this hotel, make sure you book one with windows. There'd be nothing worse than staying here in an airless, gloomy room. The bathroom area was quite nice. On the left-hand side, there was a fairly modern shower. The water pressure was quite good. The amenities were good. You had soaps and shampoos and conditioners provided to you, a hairdryer, a sink, just enough room in the sink area for your toiletries, and it had a separate toilet on the right hand side. All fairly clean, modern, efficient. No complaints in terms of the bathroom area whatsoever. Apart from some of the aesthetics, all this yuck you can see was trapped between the shower basin and the window. Quite off-putting, really. Also, this would have to be one of the dirtiest windows of any hotel I've ever stayed at. They were small and narrow and extremely dirty both inside and out. Because it was a corner room, we had two windows. The one next to the bar area was a bit cleaner than the one furthest away. It also had a very nice table and a couple of chairs where one could eat, as well as a very comfortable king-size bed, as well as a single bed. The room was quite large and spacious, although it didn't have that much storage, and because it was an older hotel, didn't have much in the way of charging stations or power plugs. It contained a small flat screen TV, a basic built-in desk and chair, a little cupboard where you could have some hanging storage, as well as somewhere to put your suitcases, a very effective air conditioner that did marvelously considering the heat and humidity outside. It was also very quiet, and the beds were very, very comfortable, as was the pillows. When we checked in, we were told that the room would only be serviced once every 3 days. What we weren't told was that you needed to pre-book the clean and service and give them 24 hours to do so. We only realised this on the 5th day that we're here, and it was too late to actually do anything. All we did ask was that the towels get changed after the 4th day, and the hotel management obliged. And while they did change our towels, they didn't do anything about the rubbish. This is 5 days worth of rubbish that remained uncollected for the entirety of our stay. What a very, very strange hotel this was. And look how dirty those windows are, honestly. And the curtains look like they hadn't been washed for about a decade as well. I was really afraid to touch them. The walls were all a bit scuffy and dirty, but not too bad, but the condition of the carpet was truly terrible. There were stains everywhere, and I think there was even a burnt iron mark on the carpet in one place. The only issue we had was that the water stopped working for about 3 hours in the middle of the night, halfway through our stay. After that, it seemed like the water pressure in the shower was halved. Now, that may explain why a water tank had pulled up almost in the front door the next morning. Overall, it was a pretty interesting experience. The room and beds and air conditioning were all quite comfortable. The room and bathrooms appeared clean enough, but if you looked a little deeper, they were quite grungy, and certainly the carpet through the whole hotel should have been replaced years ago. The hotel doesn't provide food or breakfast, but there's so many options for lunch, breakfast, dinner in the immediate vicinity that it doesn't really matter. I mean, for 120 Australian dollars a night, this is probably the cheapest hotel or Airbnb that I've stayed for at least 10 years. It didn't pay much, but then again, we didn't get all that much in return either. Overall, I'd give this hotel a 3.5 rating out of 5. If I was to stay here again, I'd probably have a look around and see what was around this area in a comparable price range or slightly more for perhaps a slightly better, cleaner and more modern experience. But I would stay here again, I think. I do hope you've liked this video. If so, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Hit that notify bell so you'll never miss another upcoming video. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying me a coffee or hit that super thanks button. This is my last video from Taiwan. Stand by next week for my first in the Okinawa series. Until next week, you take care and bye now.